Hello and welcome to Stampscaping 101. This is just a quick little video on a magazine article that was done on scenic stamping back when I was with Stamp in the Hand company, and came out with this series of nature designs, and I don't know, started utilizing them at different conventions and whatnot at our in our booth, and Rubberstampmadness did a little article on it and the stamps in, let's see, this was the March-April 1993 issue, so going back quite a ways. Rubberstampmadness used to have this really cool tabloid-sized format. It's really huge. I don't even know the dimensions here, but it's big. If you remember this magazine called, oh god, I forgot the name of it. It was this really big magazine on the newsstands. Now I just remembered it, but I forgot now. Maybe I'll remember it in a bit, but I don't know. Well over the current standard size. The current magazines are, it's probably about like this big or so. So this one was quite big, and it was always kind of an interesting format in comparison to the standard formats of the day, or it would be of today as well. Let me see, where did that article go? I just lost it. Kind of flipping through here, it's kind of interesting seeing a lot of these companies that are around in a different incarnation these days, or just gone. But plenty of new ones these days too. But there didn't used to be. I don't think raised eye-based pads were out at the time. Yeah, they might have been, but it's kind of roughly around that time. But these Marvy brush markers here, which I still use, were pretty much, they were like the marker for rubber stampers. There were the La Plume double-sided ones, and also the wide-tip brush markers. But these are the pens that I used for all my scenes. Let's see, I need to look at the table of contents here. Page 50, okay, get to it. There's page 50. You can see the different types of stamping that were being done at the time. A lot of rubber stampers were coming from the mail art, where they decorated envelopes and things like that. So different media as well. Looks like there was a lot of colored pencil, maybe some pastels. Because remember, there weren't a lot of pads at the time, so a lot of people were just coloring their stamps with markers or doing one color and then utilizing different types of art media to color in the scene. But anyways, some of the first scenes that I did were things like skies, and it was always one of those things where if I saw like a lightning bolt stamp like this, in theory, that lightning would be, nature, it would be the lightest thing in the sky. It would be the illuminating source of a given terrain. So I wanted to go with the reversed out, things like suns, moons, and, sky figures like that. And when I did that, if I just did that, that stamp would be like that. So it'd be like a block in the sky with nothing on the side. So I came out with this accompanying stamp called Field of Sky, which is basically a block of dots. It was kind of the, the first incarnation of the tonal applicator that I made for Stampscapes. But that stamp, if you see a lot of tone in certain scenes, like this one and this one, that was done with the Field of Sky and kind of this tapping motion and filling in around those sky figures with tone like that. These other ones, I don't know how I did them. I was probably sponging on some color, might have been putting on some color on a paper towel and just kind of wiping it in like so. you know, here in the shadows, wasn't really doing too much with rocks and things like that at that time, but these trees right here were just, you know, some dark brown and some green on the sides, you know, coloring directly onto the stamp with the brush markers and making the impressions. So anyways, the writer of this article right here got in touch with me recently, and she couldn't find her copy of this and needed it for an assignment, so kind of looked through my collection looking for it, see if I could find it, and I don't know, just it's kind of interesting looking at these scenes right here, but a lot different. Back in the day when I was doing these as well, not only were we using the you know, the Marvy brush markers like this, but I was probably only using about 12 to 14 colors of them. And so all the colors that, you know, we were trying to achieve had to be some kind of a straight coloring with it, or some kind of derivative color, you know, where you're kind of blending on the stamp itself. So something like this mountain here, it's kind of a purplish red, was just coloring directly, probably with that purple right there, that violet, directly on the stamp, and taking that color of the sun and doing that, you know, on the stamp itself, and then making the impression with it. So a little bit limited. I don't know, we didn't feel limited at the time, because like I said, that's all we really had. So there's so many other colors out there available these days, and in so many different incarnations as far as pads go and types of pads. So that really kind of opened up the, I don't know, the possibilities as far as types of looks you can achieve. So, I don't know, I probably could have used, you know, some of the toning looks really pretty rough. I probably could have used some of these, you know, types of cosmetic sponges, you know, to get smoother transitions, but I don't know, I was using Marvy pens at the time as well, and those inks, like I've said in some other videos, they're a little bit thinner in terms of their viscosity, so when you add it onto the scene, if you're doing it onto a dry piece of paper, it really soaks in fast, so it's hard to kind of get, you know, if I wanted to go for a kind of a smooth stroke or something like that, it would really soak into the paper really quickly, and we'd get these harsh marks if you weren't careful. So I don't know, maybe the idea back then would have been to kind of moisten, you know, one of these sponges quite a bit, and then, you know, color some ink on it, and then take it into there so that the ink wouldn't dry up so fast, and it would be some sort of diluted version of that hue and, you know, pen colors. So anyways, Rubber Stamp Madness, if you haven't checked them out, check them out. This is a really cool cover by, I think this is Vivian Day. She did back in 1992. You had to submit everything pretty early, you know, for, you know, future publication. This probably came out more around the, I don't know, I'm guessing February mark or something like that at the time, but so that article, I don't know when it would have been written, probably in 1992 sometime. So anyways, little look back at Rubber Stamp Madness, Scenic Stamping, or my Scenic Stamping at the time, and the magazine. So Kathy Lewis article right here. She used to be a really well-known teacher at Stampa Barbara, and I don't know, all kinds of companies, PSX, you know. So, fun stuff. Anyways, thanks for watching.